Hi everyone, I'm Wes Young, Director of North America at Rakuten SixthSense. Today, I want to talk about something that's affecting nearly every data team in the US, whether you know it or not, and that's data downtime. We'll walk through how even mature data stacks are silently bleeding revenue, trust, and opportunity, and why that needs to change. Now, if you're responsible for analytics, platforms, or executive data strategy, you want to stick around. This isn't a product pitch. This is a hard look at what's failing under the hood of your data stack and how forward-thinking teams are getting ahead of it. The hidden epidemic of data downtime. Let me take you through it. Let's start with a number that should grab your attention. $17.8 million. That's the average annual cost of data downtime for a U.S. enterprise, according to Forrester in 2024. Now, what do we mean by data downtime? We're talking about periods where your data is missing, delayed, or just wrong. Think schema changes that no one caught, a late ingestion job, or subtle drift in the structure of your source data that screws your executive dashboard. And the scary part is, this is not rare. In fact, 89% of U.S. organizations have reported a data quality issue in the past 6 months. And only 27% of executives say they trust their data on a day-to-day basis. That trust gap is growing liability, especially with AI adoption rising. Let's be real here too. Broken data doesn't just cause confusion, it causes headlines. Earlier this year, United Health's Change Healthcare division lost nearly $900 million due to a mix of pipeline failures and ransomware. They didn't catch the data anomalies fast enough and had to pay the price. And in 2024, Snowflake-related breaches hit Ticketmaster and AT&T, exposing over 600 million records. One of the root issues, poor observability into how and where the data was flowing. Slim CD lost 800,000 cardholder records due to an inaccurate sync. And there was a nationwide breach exposing 3 billion records because of a schema drift that meant completely undetected across multiple systems. These aren't edge cases. These are signals that the old way of handling data monitoring isn't working anymore. Here's the key distinction we need to make today. Monitoring is not the same as observability. Your infrastructure monitoring tools, they can tell you if your server is down or a pipeline ran, but they don't tell you that your pipeline delivery is right data, or if the schema changes midway, or if there's been a quiet surge in nulls that makes your downstream dashboard unreadable or unusable. In fact, 90% of the data issues are still being caught by business users, not by IT. Which means we're finding out about broken data after it's been used to make decisions mostly. That's like driving a car where the check engine light only turns on after the engine fails. This is exactly what Rakuten SixthSense data observability is built to fix. We don't just track if pipelines run, we track what's inside of them. We detect schema drift, freshness issues, volume anomalies, null spikes, across ingestions, transformations, and delivery layers in real time. We give each table, each pipeline, and each system a trust score. So you can actually quantify whether your data is real, ready for AI, reporting, or decisions. More tools, more blind spots. Now, with modern data stacks has evolved and fast, we've got Snowflake, BigQuery, Redshift, on for monitoring, Airflow for orchestration, Kafka streaming across the edges. And while this gives more flexibility, it also introduces more risk. Why? Because each tool is monitoring its own world. The blind spots appear in the handoffs, and nobody knows or owns it. Today, over 70% of our U.S. data teams operate in a hybrid or a multi-cloud environment. With that complexity comes fragmentation. When something breaks, it's not just about finding the issues, it's about figuring out which team even owns it. We call that the observability gap. and bridging this is no longer optional. Here's why the category is exploding, and not just among data engineers. C-suite leaders are asking, can I trust our data enough to scale AI initiatives? Boards are now pushing for trust metrics tied to business data. Compliance teams are full lineage, traceability, and data SLAs. And let's not forget, product and marketing teams are relying on this data for real-time personalization, pricing, and forecasting. Put simply, if you want to treat data as product, and that's the direction the industry is heading, then it needs to uptime, reliability, and monitoring just like any other digital product. What Rakuten SixthSense delivers, let's talk results. Rakuten SixthSense delivers real-time data trust without noise or complexity. Our platform, auto-detection anomalies, data drift, volume shifts, and more, all without needing agents or customers' instrumentation. It plugs into your existing stack, Snowflake, BigQuery, and gets you to insight in under 30 minutes. Our customers love the trust scoring. It's simple. You get a health score per table or pipeline. If something is off, your alerts before the damage spreads. If something is healthy, you know you can rely on it. And for teams that are scaling fast, we offer a complexity-free trial. No credit cards, no sales calls, no blockers. Just plug in and see if your blind spots instantly. So, here's the big picture. You can't scale your data strategically, let alone your AI strategy, if you can't trust the data layer. That's why observability isn't just a tool category, it's a necessity. The good news, you don't have to rip or replace. You can get started in under 30 minutes. With Rakuten SixthSense, most generous free trial in the industry, see your trust scores, spot your drifts, catch your silent failures before they hit your users.